Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Inshallah, Ghazal 1097 from Divan-e-Shams. It starts with Aql bande rahrovan ast ey pesar. Reason is the chain of wayfarers. I'll probably just read the first few baits and then we'll read the translation and discuss. Aql bande rahrovan ast ey pesar. Band bishkan ره عیان است ای پسر. عقل بند و دل فریب و جان حجاب. راه از این هر سه نهان است ای پسر. چون ز عقل و جان و دل برخاستی. این یقین هم در گمان است ای پسر. مرد کو از خود نرفت او مرد نیست. عشق بی درد آفسان است ای پسر. سینه خود را هدف کن پیش دوست. هین که تیرش در کمان است ای پسر. سینه‌ای که از زخم تیرش خسته شد. در جبینش 100 نشان است ای پسر. عشق کار نازکان نرم نیست. عشق کار پهلوان است ای پسر. هر که او مر عاشقان را بنده شد. خسرو و صاحب قران است ای پسر. عشق را از کس مپرس از عشق پرس. عشق ابر درفشان است ای پسر. ترجمانی منش محتاج نیست. عشق خود را ترجمان است ای پسر. So I'll stop there, inshallah. Let's read the English translation. Does anyone want to volunteer?
I'll do that.
Thank you.
And Imtithal, there's a bait about translation, so you might like it. Okay, Bismillah. Reason is the chain of wayfarers, my son. Break the chain and the path is clear, my son. Reason is a chain, the heart a delusion, and the soul a veil. The path is hidden from all three, my son. When you have risen beyond reason, soul, and heart, even this certainty is in doubt, my son. A man who has not departed from himself is not a man. Love without pain is a fairy tale, my son. Make your breast a target before the beloved. Behold that his arrow is in the bow, my son. A breast pierced by the wound of his arrow bears 100 marks on its brow, my son. Love is not the affair of the delicate and the soft. Love is the warfare of the lion-hearted, my son. Whoever becomes a servant of the lovers becomes a king and a master of fortune, my son. Ask not of anyone about love, ask love itself. Love is a pearl-scattering cloud, my son. Love has no need of my interpretations. Love is its own interpreter, my son. If you would ascend to the 7th heaven, love is an excellent ladder, my son. Wherever a caravan travels, love is its qibla, my son. Keep watch, lest this world lure you from love. For this world is fleeting away from you, my son. Seal your mouth and be silent like an oyster shell. For this tongue of yours is the enemy of your soul, my son. Shams of Tabriz has come, and the soul is joyous, for it is in celestial conjunction with its son, my son.
Thank you, Kenzajan.
Merci.
Okay, so, oh yes, Imtithal.
I mean, wow, Kenza, that reading, yeah, was pretty powerful. Yeah, it reminds me of the line of the same poem by Ibn Arabi. In one Arabic letter, he says 3 things, 3 different meanings. Sir bihi, bisir bihi, lisir bihi.
What does that mean?
Sir bihi, walk by Allah, bisir bihi, by Allah's caravan, lisir bihi, to his caravan, to Allah's caravan.
Allah.
And it's from that poem where he says, "Asbaha qalbi qabilan kulla surat," in my heart. Yeah. And my path is the path of the caravan of love. Right?
Yep.
Which really takes us to Rumi, who says ours is a caravan of no despair.
Allah, indeed. So yeah, let's inshallah talk about it verse by verse. It starts with Aql bande rahrovan ast ey pesar. So the Aql is the fetter or chain that binds you. And Maulana here is not talking about that aql which is praised in the Quran, the aql that we see the truth with that aql. Mawlana is talking about the calculating aql, that calculating reason. So it's that, we need this calculating force for our livelihood, but it's always asking, what's in it for me, right? Aql is always asking for that. It's not ready to surrender. It's not ready to give up. And if you want love, that aql is going to be your chain. That's your chain. You need to break that chain. Break that chain, and then the path is clear. So the next verse, because some people think, oh, okay, aql, the reason is a chain, so path to Allah is through sentiments and through emotions, the heart. And Mawlana says, no, the heart can also deceive you. The soul can be a veil. All of these three are veils. All these three, the path is hidden from all these three. So it's not about reasoning, it's not about intellection, it's not about emotions, it's not about sentiments. Ultimately, the path is hidden. You need to ask. You need to say, Ihdina. Ya Allah, you guide us. Don't trust your own reason. Don't trust your own emotion. Don't trust your own heart. Don't trust your own soul. Put your reliance in Allah. Put your trust in Allah. Even if you go beyond reason, soul, and heart, again, don't think you've arrived. Don't think you're certain now. Don't think that this is yaqeen. No, even then, doubt. You haven't reached. There's more. As that famous saying which is attributed to Imam Ali and Abu Bakr Siddiq. And it's from the prophetic guidance. Al-ajzu an dark al-idrak idrak. The knowing that you're enabled to perceive, that itself is perception. Knowing that you don't know, that itself is knowledge. So even that certainty is in doubt. Even then there is more. So the solution is you need to depart from yourself. You need to give up your own selfhood, your own ego. One who does not depart from himself is not a true man of Allah. Mard ko az khod naraft, o mard nist. Is not a man. And man, Mawlana, does not mean gender here. It's the man in the sense of what you have in the Quran, the courage, people who are not distracted. Attar in his Tadhkirat al-Awliya, he has the biography of Rabi'ah. And then he says, people criticize me and say, why do you include her among the men of Allah, among the Rijal Allah? And they don't realize that these people are annihilated. These people are nista tawhidan. They're annihilated in God. In that realm, there's no man and woman. Ruh raba mardozan ishraq nist. The spirit does not know man and woman. So he's talking about that here. So love without pain is a fairy tale. There is no love without pain. If you expect love to be all, bed of roses, no pain, no hardship, no going against your own desires, that's not love. That's a fairy tale. That doesn't exist. That's just not real. Ishq bi dard afsan ast pesan. That kind of love is just a fairy tale. Oh yes, that's the yes amtithal, yes al-ajzu an dark al-idrak idraku. Yeah, that's it's a quatrain, right, by Imam Ali. Yeah. Your inability to perceive is perception. To seek the secret of the essence of the secret is a veil from the mystery. Absolutely. Oh yes, Ahmed.
Well, it reminds me the knowledge part that you're talking about. Yes, there is a talk among the Sufis, especially in this part also, that you have to shun the knowledge in order to find God. But as you pointed out, it's a different kind of knowledge, idrak, that it's talking about. And I remember this verse from I don't know which Punjabi poet it was, maybe Bulle Shah or someone, says that stop learning knowledge. What you need is alif. So he's not talking about shunning knowledge completely. He's talking about this inner dimension of knowledge that needs to be understood through one's own self. So this is definitely not what they are talking about, and it's very beautiful what you talked.
Allah.
So I just wanted to point about it.
Allah. And yeah, it reminded me of Hafiz Shirazi. He says, نیست بر لوح دلم جز الف قامت دوست. In the tablet of my heart, there's nothing, it's blank, other than the alif of the stature of my beloved. چه کنم حرف دگر یاد نداد استادم. What should I do? My teacher did not teach me anything else. My teacher just taught me this alif. So,
Beautiful, beautiful.
Where are these lines of Shams's?
sorry, امتثال?
Where are the lines where he says, my teacher didn't teach me?
Oh,
anything?"
it's from Hafiz. It's from Hafiz Shirazi.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hafiz, yes, Hafiz. For
Hafiz,
some
yeah.
reason, I was thinking Shams. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
indeed.
I'll look it up.
So the next bit, so yeah, Maulana is saying love without pain is not real. There's no love without pain. If you're a true lover, سینه خود را هدف کن پیش دوست. Make your breast a target before the beloved. You need to expose yourself. You need to come out of your hiding, expose yourself, and let him, you know, that he has his arrow in the, let his arrows wound you. Because don't think you'll lose. No, you'll win. His arrows will wound you, but they will cleanse you. They will refine you. They will make you a better you. And this is something that Maulana says again and again. People are afraid of dying. People are afraid of losing. People are afraid of giving up. They don't realize that when you give up, you gain. It's like when you mature, when you, someone reaches puberty and they're matured, the child you dies, but the adult you is born. So same thing, when you're a lover, you give up, you let go of so many things, but then a new you is born. So expose yourself to the arrows. Why? Because when you're pierced by those arrows, you will bear 100 marks of radiance on your forehead, on your brow. So در جبینش 100 نشان است ای پسر. Those who expose themselves to the arrows, تیر بلا, the arrows of tribulation. Those who expose themselves and they're brave enough to do that, they will have these marks on their brow. عشق کار نازکان نرم نیست. Love is not the affair of those who are delicate and soft and they just want comfortable life, right? They just want a comfortable life, no pain, nothing. No, that's not love. If you want love, you need to prepare yourself for battlefield, for the battle. عشق کار پهلوان است ای پسر. And that battle is the battle with the nafs, the battle with the ego. And that requires someone who's a Pahlawan. So I didn't want to translate this as champion or hero because it's been so depleted from its spiritual sense in English. But Pahlawan has that spiritual aspect. So you have the Pahlawans in the Shahnameh who had to go through, Haft Khan, the 7 labors, and a lot of that has to do with inner, the moral strength and chivalry and all of that. So you need to be a Pahlawan, you need to be lion-hearted for love. And yeah, Maulana says, if you're not a lover of Allah, if you're not a lover of God, yet at least be a servant to the lovers of Allah. So the path is serve those who are lovers. It reminds me of a story that Ibrahim ibn Adham, one day he wakes up and he has this vision of an angel sitting down with a notebook, you might say, or a register and a pen. So he asked the angel, what are you writing? And he says, this is the list of the friends of Allah. This is the list of awliya. And Ibrahim asks, can you see my name there? Is my name on the list? And the angel says, no, I can't see your name unless there's a command from Allah later, but now I can't see your name. And then Ibrahim says, okay, if my name is not there on the list, then at least write my name in the list of those who love the lovers of Allah, those who love the awliya. If I don't have that honor to be among the lovers of Allah, let me be a lover of the signs of Allah, a lover of the creation of Allah, a lover of the awliya. And then the next day he sees the angel and the angel says, look, your name is on the top of the list. Because you mingled with the awliya and you served the awliya, you became cleansed, you became pure like them. So Maulana is saying, if you serve the lovers of Allah, if you walk behind them, if you become a servant of the lovers, you will become a king. You will become Khusraw Sahib Qiran, a king. And Sahib Qiran is literally king that's born when there's a celestial conjunction, two stars meeting. So it's not an ordinary king. It's a king that's favored by heaven. So in Persian history, there are few kings that are called Sahib Qiran. There's Kay Khosrow, and there's Alexander the Great, apparently. So they're the ones who are favored by heaven. So because when they were born, the stars were in a particular. So you'll become a king and a master of fortune. And then Maulana says, don't ask anyone about love. Don't ask philosophers. Don't ask even sages. Don't ask Sufis. You need to experience love. Ask love itself. Love itself should tell you its tale. You should taste it. You should experience it. It's not something that can be explained in words. As he says in the Masnavi, پرسید کسی که عاشقی چیست? Someone asks me, what is love? گفتم که چون ما شوی بدانی. And I answered, when you become a lover, you will know. So ultimately, you need to experience it. And that's like the cloud that will scatter pearls on you. So you need to expose yourself to that cloud. ترجمانی منش محتاج نیست. And don't ask me to interpret and translate love into words for you. No, love itself is the interpreter. Love itself is a translator. I don't need to be there. Maulana is saying you need to experience love. These words, maybe they're hints, maybe they point you to that direction, but you need to go that path yourself. You need to taste it yourself. عشق خود را ترجمان است ای پسر. Love is its own interpreter, my son. And love is what takes you to the heavens. Love is not just a destination, it's also your path. It's also the vehicle. It's the ladder that will take you to the seventh heaven. That's the closest heaven to, the divine proximity, to being so close to Allah. It's love that takes you there. It's love that's your ladder. هر کجا که کاروانی می رود عشق قبله کاروان است ای پسر. And this line reminds me of Ibn Arabi, right? Wherever a caravan goes, wherever a caravan travels, every caravan in this world, ultimately the destination is love. The qibla of the caravan is love. What is the line from Ibn Arabi? It says, فَالْحُبُّ دِينِي وَإِيمَانِي, right? Love is my religion and my faith. Where the camels of love take me.
The caravan, أين توجهت ركائبه فالحب ديني وإيماني.
الحب ديني وإيماني, indeed, Allah. So it's love, it's the caravan of love. It's love that's taking me. And then Maulana says, don't be deceived. Don't mistake the loves of this world for true love. In this world, you might love this, you might love that, you might love, people love different things. Some people like power, some people like food, some people like this and that. Don't let them distract you, because this world is in Jahan. Maulana is playing on the words Jahan and Jahan, right? This world is fleeting away from you. Your soul needs to love the living. If you love the dead, your soul will die as a result. عشق زنده در روان و در بصر. You need the love of the living in your heart and in your sight. عشق آن زنده گزین که انبیا یافتند از عشق او کار و کیا. Go and choose the love of that living one, that the prophets found light and grace and joy in that love. So this world is fleeting. The next verse, هین دهان بربند و خاموش چون صدف. So seal your mouth and be silent. Again, the path to love is silence, just like an oyster shell, sadaf, deep down in the sea, silent. And this tongue is the enemy of the soul. When we want to show off, right? That's the enemy. What the oyster shell does, it quietly nurtures the pearl within. And that's what we should do for love. Okay. And then finally, Shams Tabriz Amad و جان شادمان. When Shams of Tabriz comes, the soul is joyous, because there is that conjunction with the sun, right? Maulana is playing with the word Shams here, but it's ultimately Shams Tabriz was a mirror for Maulana in which he saw the beloved. So he saw the Nur al-Samawati wal-Ard, the light of the heavens and earth. So when that light radiates, then the soul is joyous. When that light, the sun, the inner sun reflects in your soul, the soul cannot be but joyous, cannot be but happy. Yes, Kenzir.
Yeah, I just want to point out, as we had discussed before the session, Sina, about the word of conjunction, celestial conjunction, which is Quranist in Farsi. So so it's a very particular celestial event where two, if I understand properly, where two planets or two something in the sky get together. So it's important that the word Maulana uses is a very technical astrological word, like it's a technical term, and it's a very rare event that happens in the sky when these two elements or two planets come together or follow the same path.
Indeed.
So
Allah.
he's in a way describing his encounter with Shams.
As a
So
Quran.
I just wanted to point that out. Yeah. So it's not any celestial conjunction. It's not the rising moon or the full moon or an eclipse, or it's really something very special, a technical term that he uses here.
Allah, indeed. So yeah, this is, Maulana giving guidance in a sense, acting some of the ghazals, it's Maulana's experiences, but this is Maulana giving advice as a murshid, right? Oh yes, Ahmed.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something for the sake of saying. Maulana has an interesting way of saying, in essence, the same thing in 1,000 different ways. Yeah, but the essence is the same. He starts more or less, and in this also he's trying to give advice. The tone is also like this, addressing the reader as my son, as he is fatherly figure. But it's beautiful, and one of the verse, I think it was 9 or 10, where you were talking about love taking a person above. I think. Remember, I think.
The
Yeah, I
ladder.
think this one. No, this one with interpretations, the 10th one.
Yeah.
I think this one. And I think this is also one of the dimensions of knowledge. And in the beginning, so this is what I was thinking about it. And in the beginning, I think you also talked about yaqeen and everything. So I was also thinking about the ilm al-yaqeen, ayn al-yaqeen, haqq al-yaqeen. And I was thinking about these things. But in the end, I think you have to let go of everything, as Mevlana also mentioned in the beginning of the ghazal. You have to let go even of the sense of your own own self, and it's very hard. You have to give up even the sense of the religion and the belief that you have, for example, which is very hard. And these are all veils, and ego takes many forms.
Absolutely.
And it's very hard, and you know that you have not taken off all the veils if something is still hurting you. No, you know it. You have to look into yourself, and you realize, oh, something is like my pain point. If this is where I cannot compromise. But I think this is what Mevlana is also talking about. This, I think, what Shams did to him. He kind of poked around, finding out which things are stopping him. And these are all like, I imagine this in my head. I imagine this like, it's a bird with feet, and you have tied like hundreds of small pebbles, very small ones that have no weight in themselves, but they're all tied to your feet. So you have to cut every one of them if you want to fly. And it's very hard.
Absolutely.
And love is definitely one of them. In my experience, I have seen this, that nothing would convince me, but I think that seeing someone like my master when I met him and falling in love with him, you know, this creates this window inside your heart where acceptance is very easy, even for the things that you would normally not accept. And this is a form of surrender. It's kind of a simulation that you do in front of Allah, on a smaller scale, to submit your will to someone, which is very hard. But it's like the soil is becoming soft, so you can put something inside. Otherwise, it's very hard. You keep knocking on it, it doesn't happen. And love is definitely there, 100%. It
Allah.
guides, for
Allah.
sure.
Allah, indeed. You know, as in the Quran says, "Inna ad-dina 'inda Allah." The path to Allah is surrender, Islam, right? And this is what Maulana says, you know, some people trust in their knowledge, some people trust in their rationality, some people trust in their emotions or spiritual experiences. Look at how spiritual I am. Look at how knowledgeable I am. And none of that is the path. All of those are obstacles. All of those are barriers. The path is as khud kasi mard ko as khud naraf, one who gives up, right? Lets go, surrenders. That's the path ultimately. So where Maulana was saying, someone who departs from himself, lets go of himself. That's the true lover. And that's painful. That's painful because we have so many attachments.
It's so painful. I remember this quote from Ibrahim bin Adam. It said that when something becomes expensive, I cheapen it by abandoning. And it's so beautiful, you know.
Allah.
Indeed. So you have to abandon. It's very hard. I mean, it's almost impossible in the world. We have so many attachments. We have relationships. We have things. We come here with certain, you know, baggage. Even when we are born, it's very hard. But this is the true part. It's the hard part, definitely.
Yeah, totally. Allah. So may we all be in this caravan, the caravan of love towards the qibla of love, and this ladder, let us not let go of this ladder, what will take us to the seventh heaven, inshallah.